Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's ELA lesson. My name is Miss Brooklyn, and I am so excited to just jump into this lesson with you guys and really get to learn all about our topic today. So I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can follow along right along with me. Okay, so today we are talking about finding the main idea. In any story or text we read, we can find the main idea. What is the author wanting to get across to us? What are they trying to teach us? What do we have to learn from this? But today we are specifically going to be talking about informational text. So informational text is just text that is real, it has facts, it's just telling us something so that we can learn, so that we're taking in that information. It's really just giving us information. So we are going to move on to cover our standard and objective for the day. So our objective is, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify the topic and specific focus of paragraphs in an informational text. So like I said, when we read any kind of text, we can find the main idea as a whole. We can use the skills that we have to see and think, what is the author wanting to tell us? But what we can also do is look at specific paragraphs, and there will be a main idea or a focus in each paragraph. And today I'm just going to give you guys some tools to be able to really jump in and do that well. So our standard is to identify the main topic of a multi-paragraph text as well as the focus of specific paragraphs. So again, very similar to our objective, and we will check back in at the end, and hopefully you guys will feel like you have reached this objective today. All right, so before we jump on in, I just want to give you guys a chance to grab these materials. Today, we are going to be taking some notes and creating a fun mind map and things like that. So if you want to grab a paper and writing utensil, I just have blank paper and I have lots of markers. I like to use a lot of different colors there. But if you guys want to grab pens, pencils, whatever you want, that is fine with me. And if you have an electronic tablet that has note-taking capabilities where you can use a pen or something to really take notes, then you can go for that. But if you are not able to take notes on there, please do not use that. Just use a paper. It will be so much easier for you to follow along with what is going on in our lesson today. So I'm going to give you guys a chance to pause this video and grab those materials. Okay, hopefully you guys paused and grabbed what you needed to. And now we are ready to jump on into the learning. Okay, so we are going to be reading actually an informational text today, but I could not fit this picture in with the text on the same slide, but I did want you guys to see this picture. Today we are going to be talking about Rosa Parks. Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you've ever heard of Rosa Parks before? Maybe a thumbs down if you've never heard of her. Okay, well, hopefully you guys have given me thumbs up, but even if you haven't, that is okay. We are going to take the time today to really get to know about who this awesome woman is and what she's done for the Black community and for just people as a whole. She's done some really amazing things. So let's jump on into that text. All right. So this is called Meet Rosa Parks. And I'm going to read this out loud. Please follow along with me on your screen and make sure you are paying attention to the details. Okay. Years ago, places in the United States had laws that kept Black people and white people apart. In some cities, laws said that Black people could not sit next to white people on buses. Other laws did not allow Black people to use the same drinking fountains or restrooms as white people. One day, an African American woman named Rosa Parks got on a bus. After she sat down, the bus became full. The bus driver told Rosa to give up her seat to a white man. Rosa refused. She believed it was not fair she had to give up her seat. Rosa was arrested after refusing to move. People heard about Rosa's protest against the law. Some people said that there should be fairer laws. Soon, more people began demanding that the law be changed. Slowly, places in the United States began changing their laws. Bus drivers were no longer allowed to make Black people give up their seats. New laws said Black people must be able to use the same drinking fountains and restrooms as white people. Rosa Parks spoke out for what she believed in. She was a person of strong character. We remember Rosa today as a hero who worked for fairness and equality. So before we even jump into creating our mind map and talking about how to find the main idea, I do just want to comment. I know that this is just a crazy piece of history. This awesome person, Rosa Parks, this woman, she was so courageous and really stood up for what was right. You know, I can't believe that there were ever laws that said, you know, we couldn't use the same drinking fountains, Black people and white people, or use the same restrooms. That is just so crazy to me. And I think that Rosa Parks is such an amazing person to really study and really to just learn from, because she knew what was right and she stood up for that. So I think that's a great lesson for us all. Maybe it's not about our skin color, but maybe we have something that we feel like we need to stand up for. Maybe it's kindness, or maybe it's being generous, something else. But she's just a great person to learn from in that way. And I'm very thankful for the impact that she had on her community and honestly just the world, because she changed a lot for people. So with that being said, now we can move on to the main part of the lesson. So of course I wanted you guys to learn about Rosa Parks, but I also wanted you guys to learn about how to find the main idea. Again, not just of this text, but of each paragraph, how we can find that. So what we are going to do is take our blank piece of paper here, and we are going to create what I like to call a mind map. A mind map is just an absolutely fantastic tool for allowing us to organize all the information that we are going to find during this time. All right. Okay, so I start by, in the very middle and the very center, as best as I can, of the page, I just draw a little like cloud, just a little cloud. You can do whatever shape you want. And in that, I am going to write, I'm actually going to use a different color because I love to change up what color I use. I'm going to write the main idea of the entire story as a whole, okay? So what is this story about? What are we learning about? Who is it about? So in my main idea box, or my little cloud, I am going to write Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks. And the reason why I chose Rosa Parks as my main idea is because, yes, this text does tell us so much more than just about who Rosa Parks was. It tells us about laws and kind of what was happening in the time that she was alive. But this whole thing is really about Rosa Parks and what she did. So you can write Rosa Parks in your box. You could even write maybe like Rosa Parks. You could write Rosa Parks refused to give up seat, something like that, just so you know what it's about. But I think Rosa Parks is enough information. So let's count how many paragraphs our text has, just so we know. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that last little paragraph is really just a couple sentences. It's just a conclusion, but you know what? I'm still going to make a box for it just so we can talk about it. So now what I do is I draw 5 different lines to represent the 5 paragraphs. I'm going to show you guys. You don't need to worry about making these until you see me make them. So look, if you guys can see, I'm going to talk about different paragraphs in each one of these, and I'm going to make 3 more to make 5. So I'm going to go out the other side. Okay. Cut out that side. Now I'm going to go down in this other corner here, and we will. Okay. And for that last paragraph, it's so small that it's okay if your shape, whatever shape you're using, is just a little bit smaller for that one. So as you can see, I have 5 little clouds in here, and they are ready to use. So hopefully your mind map should look like this. I will stop sharing so you guys can see. Rosa Parks in the middle and 5 other areas. Okay, so I am going to start in the top left-hand corner because I like to go left to right, and I am going to pick a new color. I'm gonna try green. I like green. I'm gonna do green, and I am going to look at our first paragraph. Now, you guys can just watch me for this one, okay? Just watch me. Don't worry about getting everything perfect. I will show you first, and then we can do some together. All right, so I am looking for the main idea. But before we do that, I'm sorry, I kind of jumped ahead of myself. I do want to talk to you guys about how we can find the main idea. So finding that main idea can be difficult, but it is important because it will help develop our reading comprehension skills. And what this means basically is if we are understanding the main idea of a text, what the author wants us to know or wants to get across to us, if we can identify that, then our reading comprehension, which means our understanding of what we are reading, is going to improve so much. And not only will that help you in school, but it will also help you even outside of school. If you're reading directions or instructions, or there are so many different things you'll read outside of school that this can really help you with, being able to identify that main idea. So in each paragraph, identifying kind of the topic sentence is what can give us an idea about what the rest of the sentence or the paragraph will be about. So the topic sentence is oftentimes that very first sentence in a paragraph. That first sentence is going to give us an idea for what will be going on in the rest of the paragraph. And the supporting details come after the topic sentence, and they just offer evidence, stories, or anything kind of like that about our topic. They really just make the text a little bit more interesting and just give some more details so that we're not confused, helps us just to understand. So with that being said, when we are looking for the main idea, let's look at that topic sentence and let's look for those supporting details and see if that will help us to identify the main idea of every paragraph. So again, now, sorry, this is where we are. I'm so sorry I got a little bit ahead of myself, but let's go ahead and look at that very first paragraph. You guys do not have to do anything. You can just watch me and I will show you what I mean by finding the main idea. So, years ago, places in the United States had laws that kept Black people and white people apart. So that is our topic sentence. That is what is being introduced first in our introduction in our paragraph there. So let's read these next two sentences and see if you guys think they kind of go along with our first sentence. So topic sentence, years ago, places in the United States had laws that kept Black people and white people apart. Some cities' laws said that Black people could not sit next to white people on buses. I believe that goes with the topic sentence because in the first sentence, they're talking about laws, and in the second sentence, they're giving an example of a law. Other laws did not allow Black people to use the same drinking fountains or restrooms as white people. And again, that third sentence also goes along with it. That is helpful because they are both just talking about laws, just examples of laws. So I am going to write in my mind map paragraph 1. So up here in the top left-hand corner, I wrote paragraph 1. And I'm going to write the main idea based off of what I know. So as you guys can see, I have that main idea right here. And I'm going to say the main idea is that laws in the United States kept Black people and white people apart. So laws in the I'm going to put US, I'm going to abbreviate that, kept Black and white people apart. Awesome. So that is our main idea. The laws kept Black people and white people apart. Now what I want to do is just to give a little bit more information and just to write this down, because I think when we actually take a really good look and we take good notes, it helps us understand better what is happening in the text and just remember it better, because once you write it down, it helps you remember. So I'm going to say details, I'm going to say Black and white people could not sit on buses, whoops, I spelled that wrong, use same drinking fountain or restroom. All right, so I just put that the main idea is that laws in the US kept Black people and white people apart, and then I put some details. Now, you guys do not really have to include the details because what we're trying to do today is actually just find the main idea. But these details, again, can just be helpful in remembering. So if you want to include details, that is awesome. Now let's go down to paragraph 2. I'm going to pick up another marker just to switch it up, and let's do this one together. So let's read it out loud. One day, an African-American woman named Rosa Parks got on a bus. After she sat down, the bus became full. The bus driver told Rosa to give up her seat to a white man. Rosa refused. She believed it was not fair that she had to give up her seat. Okay, so she did not believe that it was fair. She had to give up her seat. Awesome. So we are going to write paragraph 2. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think is the topic sentence in here? If there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences in this paragraph, which one, you can hold up a finger, which one do you think is the topic sentence? You think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Hopefully you guys put on a 1. You guys put a 1 because this is just telling us that we are going to learn about the time that Rosa Parks got on a bus. So for the main idea, I'm going to write Rosa Parks got on a bus. Perfect. Now, if you want to add the supporting details, look through the last 4 sentences. Do you guys believe that those sentences support our main idea? Is that what the paragraph is about? Okay, hopefully you guys think that that is what it is about, but we do also need the information that she refused to give up her seat. So I'm going to add Rosa Parks got on a bus and refused to give up her seat for a white man. All right, and sometimes your main idea will have a little bit more information than just that topic sentence. So for example, this topic sentence was good because it was introducing us to what was happening, but we did also need to include that she refused to give up her seat. So this is what paragraph 2 should look like for you guys. And again, if you want to add the details of maybe the seat was full or something, or she believed it was not fair, you can add that. But what we're doing when we find the main idea is we're not telling every detail of the story. We are just telling what needs to be told. So that is all we are doing there. Okay, let's move on to paragraph 3. Paragraph 3. I'm going in the top right-hand corner up here. Paragraph 3. And I'm going to write main idea so we can write it out. Okay, let's read paragraph 3. Rosa was arrested after refusing to move. People heard about Rosa's protest against the law. Some people said there should be fairer laws. Soon, more people began demanding that the law be changed. All right, what is our topic sentence? Hopefully you guys said Rosa was arrested. That is such an important detail because her being arrested is what really sparked the change. So we can start by saying Rosa was arrested after refusing to move. And then I'm going to say sparked change for fairer laws. Okay. So up there you can see I said Rosa was arrested and there we go. Rosa was arrested after refusing to move, sparked change for fairer laws. So again, we are using that topic sentence and those supporting details just as a base for finding the main idea. You can also use your own words, just like I did. In this paragraph, nowhere does it say sparked change, but that's just the way that I wrote it down, and that is the main idea of this paragraph. All right, so now that we have gone over our first 3 paragraphs, I would love for you guys to actually do the 4th paragraph on your own. So if you want to go ahead and pause this video and do that paragraph and find the main idea, that would be awesome. All right, hopefully you guys have paused the video and finished all your work, and now I'm just gonna go over that answer. So let's read. Slowly, places in the United States began changing their laws. Bus drivers were no longer allowed to make Black people give up their seats. New laws said Black people must be able to use the same drinking fountains and restrooms as white people. So the topic sentence is that places in the United States began changing their laws. And this truly is what this paragraph is trying to tell us about, because then in our next supporting sentences here, it talks about how they didn't have to give up their seats anymore, and they must be able to use the same drinking fountains and restrooms as white people. So it is all about changing their laws. So I'm going to write United States changed laws, whoops, I actually wrote laws to allow Black people to use restrooms, water fountains, and buses. Awesome. Okay, so I just talked about how the United States changed their laws, and they allowed them to use the same water fountains and restrooms and keep their seats on buses. But if you just want to say United States changed their laws, that is great, because that is the main idea of this paragraph. Now, finally, I just want to talk about the very last paragraph we have here. It is very short. It just says, Rosa Parks spoke out for what she believed in. She was a person of strong character. We remember Rosa today as a hero who worked for fairness and equality. So for that 5th paragraph, that is really just a summary, right, for who Rosa was and what she did. And she is definitely a hero. So it's just telling us about what an awesome person she was. So the main idea in this last in this last paragraph, let's just look at the first sentence. Rosa Parks spoke out for what she believed in. Do you guys think that that's a good main idea for this last paragraph? It's maybe not giving all details, but it is giving kind of the gist of what they are saying about her. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up. Yes. I'm just going to write that first sentence. Rosa Parks spoke out for what she believed in. Perfect. So she spoke out for what she believed in. All right. So this is what your chart should look like. Something like this. If you guys took more notes, less notes, that is fine. As long as you have those main ideas in there, I am good to go with that. So that is all there. We are just going to go over our objective, and it was, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify the topic and specific focus of paragraphs in an informational text. Do you guys feel like we've reached this objective? Thumbs up or thumbs down? hopefully you guys are giving me a thumbs up. I certainly feel like I reached this objective and I had so much fun doing it and learning about an awesome woman like Rosa Parks. Okay, that is all from me today. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day and just use these skills to further your reading skills. Bye-bye.